a chance from midway in his end zone. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. Here comes the offense. Finding themselves down 7-0, they'd love to get a drive going here. Looking downfield, it's Lagway. They're working that left side. They stop him just a length or two short of the first, and man, what they can do on second down here. Guys, let's chat about Florida. This is exact. Oh, he's got some space. That one could really put this drive into high gear as they have a first down at the 37.
And how about that? Right after they get the explosive play running the ball, they're going right back to the line of scrimmage for some tempo.
Grabbed in the middle. It's Jackson. Makes the grab almost to the first down marker, but a good pickup on that one. And the Gators can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Tackle is made at the 44, but he picked up 10 yards and enough for a first down.
You ain't getting by all these guys right up the middle unless your offensive line and your tight ends and everybody is putting in the work up front, committing to blocking. The running back does a great job finding the hole, exploding through. How about that nice, big, huge gain? If I'm the OC, let's call that one again.
The Gators are rolling down the field. Wants to go up top on first down. Intercepted. A first half turnover can swing momentum. Trying to take it back. The 10. And he's going to take it all the way. Touchdown, Ole Miss.
And the defense sets the tone early in this football game. We're still in the first quarter, and this is looking like they're putting a complete game together. Offense scoring, defense scoring. Palmer, they're up 2 touchdowns already.
Yeah, you got to give this coaching staff credit. They have their guys ready to go, and this is what you call firing on all cylinders early in a game.
And he's not going to take a knee. Here he comes. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. The Gators sending the offense back to work. They've gotten off to a sluggish start and need to put something together on this drive. Got the first down and more. He'll be stopped at the 27, but picks up 10 on that one. And the boys of old Florida are getting it done on the ground.
And you've seen time periods of history in Florida where they didn't care about the run. Spurrier, just throw it. Yeah, Jesse, throw it again. Yeah, throw it again. Just chuck it around. But I like when they commit to the ground game, have some success to create some balance.
Good call, good execution as they move the chains and they have a first down at the 38. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Looking to throw, it's Lagway. Here's the pressure. Had to throw it before he wanted. Just had to get rid of that one. Good job to fight another play.
Man, it's fun to watch defense that just, they look so in sync and coordinated. And watching the tape coming into this week's game, you could tell last week, this defense was dialed in. They don't give up big plays. They don't give up points. They make you earn everything. Looking like another game like that so far today.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. Looking to fire. Finds his tight end. There he goes. The defense got caught that time, and they finally get him on the ground at the 41.
Well, I know the tight end did some good things after the catch, but got to give the quarterback credit, too, for the location of the throw. Because he put it out in front of his big man, he was able to make the catch and accelerate, creating some distance there between him and the defense.
The Gators will line it up on 1st and 10. Looking to throw on first down. The short hands, it's Daniels. Caught, and he's close to a first down on the nice pickup there.
That play was designed to go to the running back. They were hoping they were going to get man coverage, and one-on-one, that back is going to win that matchup every single time.
And the Gators in a good spot here with 2nd and short. They'll try to get outside. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
And that's exactly what you want to do as a defense, man. You want to get penetration and not let that tank get downhill. Because when he gets downhill that way, it could be a problem for your defense. Get him before he gets started.
On 3rd and short, just trying to get enough for the first down. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
When the running back gets going and gets ahead of steam like that, so hard to get to the ground. That's why you blitz. That's why you bring pressure. That's why you bring more guys in the box so you can get him before he gets going. But once he got going, you could tell it was hard to get a hand on him, hard to get him to the ground.
Looking to pass inside the red zone. Caught over the middle. It's Jackson. The ball is down at the 14 after that grab. Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. They'll go to the ground. Hard running there. He's pulled down after a tough run. Gets it to the 6. We've come to the end of the period and Ole Miss is on top. Really strong performance so far to be able to build a lead here in the first period as we look at the stats. They'll try to open the quarter by cashing in on this big opportunity deep in the red zone. A first down run in the red zone. He just kept those big, powerful thighs churning, but he'll be knocked down at the 1. Try to barge their way in. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. The Gators will hustle to the line. On 3rd and goal, they'll try to throw it in. And he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Gators! They just took the air out of that thing. That might be an understatement. They took the ball away and just wore down, just grinded away at that defense.
And took a lot of time off the clock in the process as well. I'm impressed with the physicality up front of this offense, because that's where it all starts. If you're going to march the ball down the field like they just did, you've got to be dominating in the trenches, and they are doing that in this game right now.
That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line. Ole Miss ready to send the offense onto the field. They had to stand by and watch that scoring march, and now it's up to them to find a way to answer it. Looking for space. It's Boston. Navigates that mass of bodies and gets 4 out to the 17.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive. Stick your foot in the ground. Pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
And the pass is incomplete thanks to a big hit. Couldn't find his man last time, and that leaves him with a 3rd and 6. Back to throw, it's Wegman. Unloads to the wideout. Complete to the left. Out across the 30 and out of bounds at the 33, and that's what you're looking for when you're backed up in your own territory. With the first down, they'll put it in play from the 33. They'll give it to the back. Just willed his way for a couple out to the 35.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
Might be changing the route. They'll send the back in motion. Second down, they'll go to the air. Throws to the wideout. Another interception. That's number 17 on the year.
And he can fill up the hand now with that big man. That's number 5 on the season, consistently making plays for his defense. Always a guy where we're going to be calling his name over and over again.
Throws to the tight end. And it's picked off for the 3rd time today. Got some room to run. He'll finally go out of bounds, but he was showing off all the skills after that interception.
It some defensive backs just have a way of finding the football, and he's starting to develop that. His third interception on the season, just has a good feel for playing that spot in the back end.
From the gun to give, looking for room. His junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. And the Rebels racing to the line in the hurry-up. From the gun, running back gets to give. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
To the air, it's Wegman. Got it behind the line. It's Craver. Got the completion, but nowhere to go as that defense reacted quickly.
And that's why, as a defense, you can stay in your base personnel because of that linebacker. You don't have to substitute DBs to take on these receivers out in space. This linebacker is quick, he's athletic, and he is outstanding tackling people in the open field.
Makes the grab. It's Boston. Makes the grab, but not quite enough for the first down, but a good gain on that play.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense catching the football.
The Rebels are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. Off the RPO, fire right, trying to convert. Absolutely nowhere to go as this defense makes a 3rd down stop. They were banking on the yards after the catch, but that went into the negative column.
And I'm banking on the ball coming out quick. When I'm a defense and understanding 3rd and short, understand they're going to throw the ball really quickly, try to make a play. The defense knew it, broke on the football, made a nice tackle to force a 4th down.
He wants to change this route. On 4th down, they'll try to throw it. Here comes the heat. Blasted as he lets it go. And it's caught. Touchdown, Rebels.
Nice job by the quarterback, hanging in the pocket, hanging in there. He knew he was going to take a lick. He took the lick, delivered a strike, and got the score.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Here he comes from midway in the end zone. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. They'll start this drive from the 18-yard line. Looking downfield, it's Flagway. Gets it out quickly. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they get it out to the 36.
It's way too early in the game to say this is a must score, but man, you've dug yourself an early hole, and this offense needs to capitalize. You're not getting the football after the half, so create some momentum now while you can.
Trying to make magic with his feet. His defense fully aware that he can run. They stop him after a short gain.
Really nowhere for the quarterback to go that time. I like the idea of letting him try to run with it, but no opportunity to get up the field, so he just kept trying to use the speed going sideways. Defense took everything away, and a good decision by him to save a hit and just get out of bounds.
And they'll bring him to the ground after a short gain.
And man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
Fires to the big fella. They'll get him down, but not before he crosses the 50. He's down to the 49. Offense rushing to the line of scrimmage. Clock is stopped for the first down. They'll try to get it off quickly. Didn't have much of a choice there, but to get rid of it.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
Wide receiver going in motion. Wants to throw. He's working against the clock. Finds his man. It's Daniels. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break.
Well, look, this quarterback has struggled a little bit in this game with interceptions. Maybe he was being too greedy early on. That time made a real good decision. I'll tell you what, that's a nice catch by the running back because that ball's in the air a long time. You're throwing it all the way out to the flat like that. He looked like a receiver making that catch and getting extra yards.
The Gators want to move quickly. They'll give it to him again. And he's stuffed by that big defensive tackle up front. Quick timeout call by the offense after the play.
That's a really good stop by the defense. Jesse, they need a few more. You've given up a bunch of yards on this drive and a bunch of plays, but all that matters is keeping them off the score.
Yeah, it's that bend, don't break mentality you're seeing right now, and this is the point where this defense has just got to lock in.
To the air. It's Lagway. Quarterback on the move, still looking. The pass falls incomplete, and there are 8 seconds left.
And the QB leaves the pocket, and he scrambles out, and he goes to his right. And I love how he keeps his eyes down the field, trying to make a play, trying to throw the football with a relentless chase. I love it. Getting to the quarterback. He throws an inaccurate pass because he gets whacked as he throws the...
Going for it all. And they couldn't connect on the deep shot. Let's see if things get worse. There's a flag on the field. Which way is this going to go? Final seconds of the first half, and they'll try to put up 3. Timeout called here by the defense. It's their first of the half. He'll try to put one down the boulevard from 42 yards out. And in the waning seconds of the first half, they'll try to put up 3 before going to the break. Never a doubt. Right down the middle. That cuts into the deficit. It's now 21-10. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin and our halftime update. He'll put total leather and get this second half started. Fielded in the end zone, it's Kramer. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. The Ole Miss offense ready to go back to work. Use the play fake, now to throw. And the pressure gets him back at the 8-yard line.
And that's the thing about this defense. Yeah, they may be losing the game right now, but they've got difference makers on that side of the football. They got guys that can step up like that, create havoc, get a sack, create negative plays. They're going to need more of that here in the second.
Looking to take a shot. And they can't hook up, going for the big play on second down. Now it's third down.
Well, this defense was ready for go balls against this receiver and his speed. He's one of the fastest in the country. They knew this quarterback was going to try to take the top off the defense. That time they couldn't link up, but if you're on defense, just know they're going to try that play again.
On third and long, you'll need to push it downfield. Almost intercepted, and what a momentum swing that could have been, but they still force a fourth down.
That is a good omen for this defense. They were getting lit up in the first half. They knew something had to change. So to set the tone like this early on their opening drive of the third quarter and get a stop on third, that should really help their confidence.
Quarterback adjusting the pattern. On fourth down, looking for the completion. Going deep. Converts on fourth down. Still going. Across the 35, out of bounds at the 36, and a really good pickup as they're starting to move. And the Rebels getting set on 1st and 10. Wants to throw again. It's picked off. That's 18 of those this season. Got room on the return.
And it's frustrating because you go into half and the coaches tell you what they want to accomplish. Listen, we've seen this the whole first half. This is what they're doing. Not a good job coming out. First drive, trying to get some momentum created. Turn it over to the other team. Give them a good field position now, too. Not the ideal start.
And the offense is out on the field with a 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. Touchdown, Florida! A Lazarus-like comeback is underway. Well, just as you would expect, that didn't take very long.
It didn't, Reese, and you've got to make great field position count. When you've got opportunities, you got to pay it off. And the offense took advantage, scoring a touchdown. Didn't have far to go, but they got the points they needed.
Play the analytics here, and you go for 2. Looking to throw, it's Lagway. Oh, they're after him. He's in there for the 2-point conversion, and now they're within a field goal.
And it works out perfectly. The reason they called that 2-point conversion was to get to within 3. This is a game going down to the wire, but you'll love the gutsy call by the offense there.
Fielded in the end zone. It's Craver. He stopped there, but a good return coming out of his own end zone gets it to the 28. Ole Miss ready to send the offense onto the field. They still have the lead, but they need to respond to that last score. Sends it back in motion. Wants to throw on 1st down. Got it in the middle. It's Craver. And he's able to shed 1 tackle and pick up pretty good yardage.
And a nice job working the middle of the field. I think it's so important to keep defenses honest, and you can't just dink and dunk outside. You got to work the middle. Great job finding this wide receiver over the middle of the field.
Fires to the wideout. Complete to the right. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
When you're going to run a comeback route, you've got to sell like you're going deep, and that was a great job there by the receiver, really making that corner think he was running deep down the field. So we got the corner to turn his hips, turn his shoulders, and then the receiver was able to just pivot around to make it an easy pass and catch.
From the shotgun, the inside give. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
Great team defense on that run play. Everybody doing their job. People winning their one-on-ones, D linemen staying in their gaps, linebackers and DBs filling. You just can't do it better.
Looking for a man. It's Wegman. And it'll be incomplete. This defense is physical and pass deep.
Well, they were trying to sneak him out of the backfield that time into the passing game, but that did not fool anybody on defense. What a hit, forcing that incompletion.
Now facing a 3rd and long. Quarterback making checks. On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. That's caught. It's Lee. Tackled right at the 43-yard line, and this D didn't let him sniff that 1st down marker. Boy, if they don't convert this 4th down, there will be questions to be answered. Motion from the wide receiver. On 4th down, they'll throw for it. He uncorks a laser deep down the middle. Drop the football, and they'll turn it over on downs. Desperately wanted to keep the ball, but they did not. Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense. Last drive went for 6. We'll see if they can do it again. He wants to start this drive with a pass. He'll throw it. Makes the catch. It's Brown. Ridden out of bounds at the 45. A big play for this offense.
Nice job by the receiver on the back end there, too. He sees his quarterback on the run moving, and he just works to get himself open to give his guy a place to throw the football. They're able to connect, and they keep the drive going.
Dropping back, it's Lagway. He wants to go deep, and it's picked off for the 4th time today. And they'll get him down after a solid return.
And he makes a play in the back end. Nice job reading the pass, and that's his 2nd of the season. This guy, unbelievable job seeing the quarterback, breaking on the quarterback, and going and getting that big play.
Running it to the right. Breaks into the open. Got enough for the first. 30. He's at the 10, and he just kept running, and he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Ole Miss!
This guy just has a nose for the end zone, and you love his ability to find creases, use his speed in the open field, and go score. He's been really good for his offense early this year. That already his 5th rushing touchdown on the season.
He's going to take a chance from midway in his end zone. A little bit backed up to start this drive from their own 18-yard line. First play of the drive wants to throw. And those two couldn't make the connection. It's an incomplete pass.
Well, this has been a day to forget if you're this quarterback. And I got to be honest, guys, I'm surprised he's still even in the game right now because he's had 0 rhythm. He hasn't been accurate. He's thrown a ton of interceptions. Most coaches would have pulled their guy by now. I know the guy I played for back in college, he would have pulled me about 2 interceptions ago.
And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact on the play, but no flags. It'll be 3rd down. And this offense just can't afford not to get the first down here. Already trailing big, and the clock is not their friend. Pulls it in. It's Jackson. And they'll get it to the 39-yard line, and they'll move the chains. And the Gators want to crank the tempo.
And it's on 3rd downs like this. If you want to attack the middle of the field, you got to look for the tight end.
Trying to beat the D deep. Grabs it inside the 10. Touchdown, Gators. You thought they were done. They're not. They're back, baby.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the timing, to be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone. That was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. Listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. Good news, I guess. A lot of room to work with as they start this drive from their own 15. Out of the gun. The running back has it. Got enough for the first, and he's still going. And the defense finally makes the stop after the sweet run and good gain. Offense has it at the 28 on 1st down. They're going to ride this running back. Looking for room at the 40. They finally get to him. What a play there to pick up the 1st down.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the 3rd quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical, and they're trying to stay on the field.
They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that 1st down marker. Let's see what they've got on 2nd down. Dropping back, it's Wegman. Caught near the sticks, it's Craver. He's out of bounds on what will be the final play of the 3rd quarter. We've come to the end of the period, and Ole Miss is on top. And as we switch... field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. Not only is the scoreboard on their side, but so too is time as we open the fourth. Final stands of the game, and we'll start with the first down.
Here we go.
Using his legs, it's Boston. And they didn't get it forward an inch. Defense wins the battle up front.
Well, you love to see that from the defense, right? It's like bend, don't break. They've given up a bunch of plays on this drive, but now that they're getting down close to field goal range, you're seeing them start to stiffen up there.
Yeah, and plays don't matter anymore. Yards don't matter. All that matters with these defenses nowadays is points and limiting them.
Second down, they'll go to the air. And it's taken away by the defense, and they desperately needed that turnover.
Well, this offense is trying to ice the game. They've got the lead here in the fourth quarter, but it's only by one possession, so you got to be so careful with your decision-making, and that was not a good one by the quarterback. They now turn it over, and they better hope their defense can play well in this sudden change situation.
And the physical play there forces the incompletion on first down.
And this is going to fall on the quarterback's shoulders here in the fourth quarter. You're trailing. It's a close game. You are going to have to complete some balls. You're going to have to make some big-time throws in small windows under duress if you're going to bring your team back and will them to victory. Incomplete there, obviously, but expect them to continue to throw it.
He unleashes a long one. And he makes the catch inside the 25. Huge plays like that can change the complexion of a game, and he's got it at the 22-yard line. That last big play has them in business just outside the red zone. It's 1st and 10. The give to the back. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
You got to have that defense you know you can go to in running situations. Your base defense where you say, okay, this is where I'm going to start, and I'm going to stop the run, stuff it up front. My guys play big up front. Then if I need to add some blitzes to it later on down the road, I can. A great job in the base defense making a play.
Defense a little too jumpy there, and they got into the neutral zone too soon. So the early contact for the defense, and they'll move it up 5 yards. That penalty is the last thing this defense needed. Now it's 2nd and 4. DB's locked up tight on the receiver. He'll get that one all the way down to the 4-yard line before he stopped. The Gators come to the line in the hurry-up. Send the tight end in motion. A first down run on the doorstep. He pushes it forward all the way to the 2-yard line. Second and goal for this offense. Looking for a path to the end zone to the right. And they stop him again for no gain, and it will be 3rd down.
And with the stuff there, Jesse, on 2nd down, this little 3rd to mid-range, you got 2 downs. What are you thinking here?
Maybe getting your quarterback out on the perimeter and giving him a run.
Touchdown, Florida! And they grab the advantage, taking the lead here in the fourth.
Great example of complementary football there. First, the defense comes away with the takeaway, and then offensively, you go to the ground game, being physical at the point of attack, running it in for a touchdown, and now you have the lead with not a lot of time left. They've now put all the pressure back on their opponent.
He'll bring it out. It's Craver. That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line. The Ole Miss offense ready to go back to work. They're in a precarious spot here, that lofty perch in the rankings, hanging in the balance unless they can do something to save themselves here. They make the stop, not a whole lot of ground picked up there, and they'll have work to do to get the first down. Back to throw, it's Wegman. Got rid of it quickly, but it's incomplete. Couldn't find his man last time, and that leaves him with a 3rd and 6. From the gun, wants to pass. Bringing the heat. Complete to the right. Out of bounds at the 27-yard line, and this offense needed a play like that.
What a great...
And it looks as if they've buzzed down. Replay wants to have another peek at that last play. And the play will stand after the replay booth just does a little double checking to make sure. The Rebels come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Looking downfield on 1st down. Takes a hit as he fires. Can't make the connection, and the defense putting on the heat and forcing the incompletion. They're dealing with a 2nd and long. Wants to throw it. Got it in the middle. It's Lee. Gets it out to the 38-yard line after picking up 10 on that one. Good job by the receiver there, not to run into coverage, but to find a spot that the quarterback can throw him the ball.
Yeah, on those types of routes, Reese, they say if you're looking, you're booking. So if that's man coverage, the receiver's staring at the quarterback all the way across the field. That time, the receiver didn't give the quarterback his eyes, so they were on the same page. They both knew it was zone, and they executed that perfectly.
And you're trying to get the ball to the running back quick and let him get some space, but there was absolutely no space. They penetrated quickly, and they got him before he could even get going.
And the Rebels trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Looking for a man. It's Wegman. Got his man quickly. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a 1st down. Clock is still running, and they have to get everybody lined up. Making side adjustments here. In the gun, looking to throw on 3rd down. He's going to take off. Picks up the 1st down and gets down to avoid contact.
You got to keep drives alive late in the game. When you're starting to get in the 4th quarter and it's a 1-score game, you got to do whatever you can as that quarterback to scramble around, get extra plays, extra 1st downs. Really nice job there by the QB.
Oh, he's ready to take a shot. He's got it inside the 30. And this defense's head is spinning. He gets it down to the 27.
This slot receiver gives defensive coordinators nightmares. You have got to double him virtually on every pass play. He better have safety help over top. Otherwise, this guy's a threat to score every time they throw the ball.
To the air on 1st down. Rushes on him. And the pressure will get there. The sack. Down he goes in the waning moments. That could be a costly play.
Well, the offense has made it known on this drive. They're trying to throw the football, and they're going to let this quarterback go to work. The defense does a great job winning up front. They get the sack to try to slow this momentum down.
That's caught. It's Lee. The chunk plays that they love, and he takes it all the way down to the 10. The Rebels didn't start this drive with great field position, but they have moved methodically down the field. Looking to throw on 1st down. Buys a little time. Nobody open. He just throws it away, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
Well, it's the 4th quarter, and you got to be so careful as a quarterback when you're throwing it over the middle of the field right now because these windows are really small. He's very lucky that last one was not picked off.
To the air, it's Wegman. Looking for the score. Touchdown, Rebels! And with that, they move out front here in the 4th.
But you talk about finishing games with a purpose, with a plan, executed to perfection, taking almost all of the clock, executing brilliantly down the stretch of this football game, making plays, and taking the lead late in this ball game.
The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Wants to go up top on 1st down. He'll pull it down. Quarterback gets the first down. He'll step out of bounds right at the 44. A big-time pickup on that one. Got to move quickly here. They need to get it to field goal range. Looking to throw on first down. Pocket breaking down. He fought to the bitter end, and the final incompletion puts a wrap on